in driving the digital skill transformation journey within an organization? And what are your thoughts about on this end?
Thank you so much for the amazing context, first of all. Yeah, let's have a debate or a discussion over here. So digitization and the digital transformation of the word I use for this particular context of the discussion. So wherein I want to start with the organization strategy itself. L&D is a core function of the organization strategy, which will enable. Let's assume, rather than thinking of a company of 1 lakh people or 10,000 people, let us think of a company of 100 members now. Think of a startup. So in that startup, because why I'm bringing this, okay, that 100 people company, if you want to achieve something of great or fabulous improvement in your revenues or in your growth or in your sales, you have to enable each and every person. So in that context, every person means, let's assume I am a startup company owner. My company is of 100 members strength. So as a CEO or a MD, I should be enable myself, right? So I should know what's happening in the industry. Then my sales team also should, because I want to see what's happening to the ground level every day. So like what kind of skills I have to acquire, what kind of tools I should use. Let's say there is a tool, I must be enabled myself to use them also. At the same point in time, my sales team members also, they should understand, okay, they may be bringing in the business since a while time, like since a long time, but how can they utilize, like they should know what are the new avenues and the new technologies happening in the market. How could they acquire that particular language skills? Okay, Gen AI you were mentioning. So what does that mean by generative AI? So by as a salesperson, if I go there, what kind of input I can give to my client and how can I solve their problem using a new technology? It may be a old problem. The same thing, how can I solve using a new technology is the most important element what I say here. So my sales member, it is important. Again, for my business unit head, for my business unit head also, he should have a roadmap. So it's all the top down approach. Okay, as a CEO, I am drawing that particular strategy of the organization. So when I'm doing that, for every member here who is working, my mind and brain is working over there. Yes, my heart is wanted to achieve, but my mind has to work, means my talent transformation has to be happen from the each and every person to scale up. So if it has to be happen, the digital transformation word, so that talent transformation is a parallel thing. So digital transformation of the organization, where the talent transformation is also a parallel aspect. Without that, nothing will be happen. So how can I be a part of the talent transformation of the organization? Is I got couple of projects today. Okay, let's say I have couple of projects today. I have to deliver them. Okay, at cost, like with great on-time delivery. And then customer feedback has to be so high and customer experience should be so amazing. Then they feel happy and they'll be ready to collaborate and have a long-term journey with this particular with my company, right? So that is a definite thing. It is non-negotiable at all. So to achieve that one. So let's say here for every organization, what I say, talent transformation, talent acquisition, and talent management are the key pillars which are aligned together. So when I have a proficiency matrix of my organization, okay, let's say my company is going to do so and so, my company is going to solve these are all the problems for these are all the industries. As a CEO or as an MD of this organization, if I have decided that, okay, then I'm sorry. If I have decided that, so that talent on the first day itself, I have to come up with this proficiency matrix of that. Okay, what are all the divisions to which client they are going to serve? So here, what kind of proficiency matrix we have to have, and then what kind of skill gaps also we have to understand. So let's say if it's existing business, we need to, how can we achieve that? So what I want, I'm sure now. So I have some existing business. I want to have some emerging business also in future. For the existing business, I have to draw very, very clearly that proficiency matrix. When I'm clear that will be my JD. And tomorrow, if a person is not performing, that will be my talent management approach also. So these three are very much interlinked. So when I have that one, then how can I analyze that there is a skill gap? So when I have to analyze the skill gap, So earlier in my previous organization, I used to use it. There also, I'm not believing in the other person's words. Again, the technology comes into the picture there. So I use, like, it's a company of 15,000 plus people. So I cannot go and ask each and every project manager, tell me what is the skill gap. And that the learning and development function itself is the self-enabled one. We have to go and advise. We are the advisory board, not the execution board at all. So when we are the advisory board and get the data, churn it, slice it, and advise them. So in that context, what I want again, I want the data, I want a tool, I want the information, and should be in a situation to slice it. So in that particular context, I used to take the customer feedback forms in the digital form, apply business intelligence over there, and which customer is not happy, where the scores are low, and why the scores are low. Definitely for my existing business, this is my skill gap. I'm unable to perform, so that my customer ultimate goal is the customer satisfaction or the customer experience, right? So that is evident in a form. When that is evident in a form, so there I could catch hold of the skill gap. From that, I should come up with a training needs analysis. This is a regular phenomena. We are all aware of that. So for why the technology again? So this job, if I want to do manually, it takes years. A company size of 1 lakh people, and I cannot have the accurate information also. So the technology is mandatory. Again, why digital strategy? So it's all for the existing business I'm talking about. Let's in the existing business itself, domain academy is important. So let's say for my company, embedded C is a vanilla flavored ice cream. Like, okay, we have, it's a mandatory skill for us. So yes, technology development is also important but for which domain I'm working is also an additional important point, right? To whom I'm working, for which I'm working. So in that context, every company should have the domain academies. And that data, I'm sure like what kind of business I'm doing. Then I'm sure what kind of business I'm doing. I should know what kind of data I should uh, accumulate and configure and cluster it and use for years and years together. Tomorrow's like some new like one new person has joined. He may be the expert. He may be from IIT, but the domain is new for them. If I have to invest my time or the another SME's time, it is a cost for the company. When we are new, when we again there the digitization part comes to the picture. So when the domain academy, it should have the lot of content repository in the asynchronous content format. So in the asynchronous content format, if you ask me, there are multiple elements. If I have to say, like I was working for Indian School of Business, where I was creating the asynchronous content for all the post-graduation students and the PhD students also. So various elements of learning we can bring in. It's all up to our creativity. Straight away, I put up a PDF document over there, or when an expert is coming and speaking and explaining the same thing, wherein some animation kind of things and all like incorporating over there. It's all up to your imagination how the other person can perceive it. So we're talking that digitization of the content and having domain academies is the most essential things in any organization. After the domain academies also, let's say like you have to have the kind of, again the tool for who are all my SMEs in my organization. It's not a word of mouth. Okay, we should have the proper data. So for everything, you should rely on the technology. Technology is a part of the life. That's all. There is no negotiation at all. So when I have to create a SME pool because to come and train my new joinees. So in that context also, I should use my like technology. So what again, chatbot. The people may have n number of questions. HR should have the chatbots and RPA. RPA is my part of thing. Then again, the artificial intelligence and machine learning point of view also, we have to, the technology itself has a lot of capability. How you use it is your smartness. Don't invent something, just be smart to make your job easy and more efficient.
Interesting.
That way it's integral part of the technology, integral part of the work. It's not something beyond that.